going.
Hello, everyone. And we did finish Bastion. Now we are playing Thomas is Alone.
Thomas was alone.
Thomas was alone.
Yep.
We are playing that game. So, hope you enjoy watching as fun as I do streaming.
We're going to play Thomas Was Alone. I think Lurk and Nugget here will enjoy it quite a bit. I've played it a couple times now, and I was playing through it a month ago when I figured he'd like it. Go ahead and hit new game. The program was a failure. People forget this. It was a massive flop. The coders started adding name strings to the AIs as a joke. Thomas AT23612 wasn't special. It was just
Thomas
the first.
was alone. Wow. A weird
Oh, it was
first
just
thought
an
to
AI in
have.
the right place at the right time.
Okay.
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd
Just swimming through the level.
You might want to wait till he's done talking before you go through the exit.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump.
Doing,
It
doing.
worked! Thomas had solved the great inverted fall mystery. A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
Hooah! Yes.
Good job. Ooh.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
Oh,
Whoa!
watch
He
out.
started to
Keep running.
suspect it might even be doing so on purpose. Nah. Paranoid. Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might, or might not, be important. It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him.
Ooh.
He wondered why. Was the world testing
You
him?
missed.
No, too obvious.
I wonder how you get through. Oh, never mind. Oops. Okay. Doing. No.
Gotta jump at the right moment.
Jump,
You're not gonna make it.
jump, jump.
You jumping
I'm
early.
walking my head on everything.
It's teaching you how to jump at the right time. There you go.
There we go.
Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it.
Oh yeah.
He made another.
Oh, you missed something he said.
The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
No, this is such a hard platforming game.
You haven't even gotten to the fun bits yet. There's way more to do.
Oh yeah! How long was that jump? That is.
Pretty long jump.
No! No!
Stop panicking.
Okay, you can't double jump in this game.
Not with Thomas, you can't. Stop making that sound.
Oh, right.
Is that the way you need to go?
I just made my way
All the way
right
to the
down to
bottom.
the bottom again.
You gotta time your jumps and you gotta distance them. You can't overshoot.
Okay, that jump won't... I don't jump high enough. At least,
Well, you gotta jump where you can jump. There's a couple ways to get to the end of this level.
I just went in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper.
What?
He was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
Oh, great. How hard is this level anyway?
Not that hard. Sometimes you just get stuck. If you tap it constantly, you don't jump as high as you can if you just press and hold. So by tapping the button, you're actually making it take longer. They submitted hundreds of bug reports that told that idiot this would happen. Overlapping scripts, more than one AI was bound to be spawned into an environment at some point. Turns out I missed the point. That little error changed everything.
Okay.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
Now look what it's saying.
Q?
No. Look. L and R buttons. That means the top two buttons. Use your fingers. Look, use your index fingers to switch. Okay, you don't need to use the keyboard.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times. Well,
He
not
doesn't jump
actually,
as good as Thomas, does he?
not technically graceful. It's probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Oh, great. I gotta do some timing. Switch over to you, Who. Okay, I revive right there.
Oh, can't get up there. I wonder why. I wonder what you have to do to get up there. What did you have to do last level to get up there? To get up to a higher place than you could jump?
I need a just.
You need a little bit of help, right?
I can't jump that far.
Yeah, you need a little
Let
bit
me
of help.
switch.
Yeah, there you
Try
go,
you.
Thomas. Because Chris can't jump as high as Thomas can.
pelvis. Now, switch.
There you go.
Ah! Okay. Now I have to do some hard parkour. Wah! Wah! Yes! Complete. Ooh.
Okay, this was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him?
Let's see something. Oh yeah! Oh, I see. So I'm gonna use Chris and him.
And Thomas, yeah.
I'm gonna use Chris and Thomas.
Yeah, Chris can make that jump without it.
Great,
Thomas.
great. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than
Put
Chris.
Thomas
How
next to him and
fortunate.
then jump.
Seriously.
And then jump again.
This made the whole switch pressing thing entirely
Chris
worthwhile.
can make it up. So like jump now. Never mind.
That was just a jump.
Was this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
Then I can get up there. You might want to get Chris out of the hole.
I think Chris is stuck.
You might want to get him out of the hole first. before you
Oh,
get Thomas
that's
in the
hard.
portal.
Okay. Now, how can I get... I know how to do stuff, but...
You gotta get Chris out of the hole, right?
Jump for Chris. Oh, yeah! Okay, I'm gonna jump. Need you to go down here. Boom, boom. Chris? So, by the looks of things,
Uh-huh.
Chris is not very good at jumping.
Oh, no.
That's why he gets the easier jumps.
Yeah.
I figured that out.
Because if you can't make the jump, there's no way to get him out
So-
of the hole, right?
Sometimes Chris is useful.
Uh-huh.
And like how I did the switch thingy, I did that with Chris. Ah!
Oh, almost.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
The last jump, I've got a multi jump these, I think. Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. You can stop on each one. You just gotta stop pressing forward.
Ah!
There you go.
That was a perfect jump. Hurrah! Hurrah! Hurrah!
Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness. That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up. if only for a few levels.
Wee! Yeah, Papa. Ah! Ah! Huh!
Too early. You know, Chris can make the whole jump over without Thomas's help.
What? I know
You
this is
just gotta
all
hold the
on the
button.
stream.
Yeah. Now, just jump with Chris from the beginning and hold the button.
Wah!
Nope. Chris can make that whole jump by himself. He doesn't need help. You just gotta do it and hold the button, not tap it. You're making it way harder than it needs to be. Try the jump without Thomas. You're just jumping too early. Get Thomas out of the way.
Oh yeah!
You're making it too hard. It doesn't need to be that hard. Chris can make it by himself. You're consistently jumping early.
So with Thomas right
It makes
here,
it a lot easier.
I can just zoom through these levels. Now this is confusing me like a lot.
Why? Which way can Thomas go? He has to go up, right?
Confusing me. Hey! Whoa! Since Chris is such a challenged jumper, he's pretty good for a jumper. Oh, what is right there?
Oh, look at this.
John knew. He knew that this was his chance, a moment to shine. This was game day.
Oh. Oh, great.
You can make enough room on top of John that they can both fit. And then Chris can jump on top of Thomas. But you kind of have to use Thomas to jump on top of John and Chris. You don't really have a choice there.
You touch up fairly high.
Now make enough
You
room for
can't-
Thomas. Make enough room for Thomas on top of John. There's enough space. You can make him fit. Move Chris over. No.
Daddy, I just don't know what to do that level.
I'm telling you exactly what you need to do. Get Chris up on top of John. So bring Thomas down. Bring Thomas down so Chris can jump up. Bring Thomas down. Are you gonna do it?
I'm gonna do it. I just can't hear you that well.
Okay. Bring Thomas down. Bring Thomas down. Alright, now jump up with Chris. Alright, now Now move Thomas over because you're against the wall. You don't have enough space. Now move John over back in the middle. Okay, now move Chris over slightly so that Thomas has room to stand next to him.
Okay.
Alright, now get Thomas. Jump Thomas up and put him on top of John.
Top of John.
Now jump Chris on top of Thomas. Now you can move. There you go. Now put your headset back on because they're going to talk to you some more.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway?
That was
Yeah.
pretty easy. Okay, we got some button thingies.
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome.
Oh.
Time to flex those muscles, to put his training to use, time to show those little dots how it was done.
You might want to go back and
John
help him.
decided to press the switch
Too
to
late.
let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies. You could tell from the sympathetic expression he'd practiced in the mirror all these years.
I'm doing little Dolly. Oh, great. B. Doing.
Hold the button down. Chris can make that jump.
I need you. While I'm here, I might do him. Doing. Oh, flexy. You can do all the high jumps.
Actually, Thomas can't do this jump. I'll have some help.
I think I might need you.
Nope. Chris is not going to be enough.
I think it might be the first time I've ever needed Chris.
You don't need Chris for this jump, though.
Get John out. I'm getting John. That's who we needed, John.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna need John for this level.
See if you can't jump him up and touch the button.
Ah! That's the stack.
John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys.
button to press. I think you gotta get everybody up. What about poor Chris, though? You're leaving Chris behind.
Oh, right, you. I can't jump on you, John.
That's because you need Thomas's up.
Oh. I have to make a staircase for Chris.
Yeah, and you gotta make room like you did on the first level, remember? So move Thomas out of the way so John can move over.
Get the little guy.
Nope. You're leaving both of them behind.
Who do I...
Do you remember how you stacked them up in the first level with John? That's how you get Chris up on that platform. So take John back down. No, take John all the way down. Alright. Get him away from the wall just a little bit. Alright. Now jump Chris on top of Thomas. And then on top of John. Now, no. No. Now you need Thomas on the other side so Chris can get back on top of John. Okay. Now jump on top. Now, leave space for Thomas. With Chris, you gotta leave space for Thomas. Alright, now jump Thomas up on top. Now jump Chris on top of Thomas, and Chris on top of the platform. There you go. You gotta do that a couple times in this level to get through it, okay?
Okay, so I've got to do stacking a few times.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do stacking a couple times. There you go. Like right here, you're gonna have to do stacking again. Alright?
Alright. See if I just need Thomas.
It's a little bit high for just Thomas. See?
I need John.
But I think you can just jump on top of John and to get up on the other side.
I have to use Thomas?
To jump on top of John, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Do that again.
Take John.
Now Thomas is stuck. Get John back down. Oh, you made it down. Okay.
Yeah, so that's my area, so...
Alright. You got it now?
I've got Thomas all the way to the top, so I now know Thomas is a good person that I can use. John is a very high jumper, so let's put John right here.
Okay. Why don't you put your headset back on, because they're going to talk to you again.
Whenever I need help, I take off my headset.
Because you can't hear me with the headset on, apparently.
Stack time!
You need to get Chris up.
John, right about here. You are perfect.
There you go.
Now let's get the little guy.
He didn't mind them so much either. The red
Oh!
one, Thomas, had a charming way of applauding every time John jumped.
I need the little guy up there. Okay. Put you.
Now you're jumping too early when
Now I
you
need
jump across.
the little guy. I'm gonna put John up.
It's easier with just Chris.
No, Thomas.
It's
Okay.
easier with just Chris, okay? Try and make the jumps with just Chris.
Fuck! Fuck! Okay, little Chrissy Chris, you're jumping. No, okay. gonna put John right here. Now I'm just gonna let them two, John and Chris, move. So everyone can jump. I'm saying all
The angry orange one was less immediately likable, but his unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John.
You need John to get them up. You gotta stack them.
What do I need John with some of
You're
these?
gonna have to do it 2 times.
Whee!
No, leave Chris on top of Thomas and move Thomas.
Okay, that was a quick jump. I need you to move a little bit, so Chris needs to.
Now you don't have enough room. Move John to the top. No, move John to the top. Okay. Get John out of the way for real quick. Get John out of the way, because there's not enough room on this platform for all 3 of them at the same time. Right there's fine. Okay. Now get Chris on top of Thomas. Okay.
Chris.
Get Chris on top of Thomas. Alright, now move Thomas over. Alright, now get John back on that platform. Alright, now jump Chris all the way to the end. There you go.
Now. At least I know John can jump up every platform. I might get a 4th one. Okay.
This was interesting. A floating target. This would require coordination, balance, and timing. John was sure the dots would be lost, but he was happy to guide them to triumph.
This one's really easy if you think about it.
I'm thinking about it. Well, at least trying to. So we're gonna have to get.
Use John.
I can hear what they're saying because. I need to get. I needed to do that.
Use John to carry Chris to the last one. Chris doesn't have to jump all of them.
I'm using the John. I'm using the John tactic.
Go to the last platform. Alright, now jump Chris up there. Or you could have put John right underneath and dropped Chris off, moved John over, jumped Chris up, and done it again. There's a couple ways to do it.
Maybe that's what the
There you go.
dots were for. They were there to extend John's reach, to make his performance even more impressive. John liked the thought. He decided to keep them.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so I decided to do Thomas last. That's what I had to do. If I didn't do that, Thomas would just.
The initial group possessed simple variations in size and strength. More complex configuration were inevitable. As the era spread, these variations became increasingly extreme.